nice bamboo plants. Use that to make a tiki torch, or if you have enough of those gathered up, you can use them to make a shelter. Bamboo is incredibly tough, by the way, so you won't be able to just snap it by hand. You're going to want a very powerful machete or something to chop it down with. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so to acquire your bamboo piece, because it is solid as I just described, you might use a folding saw. This one's not folding up right. There we go. Watch fingers. Be careful. You might use a nice sharp axe to chop it down, or you might just pull it up from the roots as I did. Seriously. So now I'm going to clean it up some by removing the roots. Carefully, of course. Okay, and then I'm going to go down the stock. This is about 15 or 20 feet tall. So I'm going to start just chopping off and removing some of the branches. See? Like that. Watch your hands and your feet. If your feet are near it and you think you might accidentally drop the axe on your foot, you don't want to wear flip-flops while doing anything like this, or be barefoot if you're on the beach trying to make a tiki torch. Okay. So there you go. I removed a few branches. See what the bamboo branches look like if you've never seen them before. You can use those to weave together and make a basket. Ooh, I might do that as a matter of fact. Bamboo baskets. They're sturdy. I don't know if you can see me. It's starting to get dark. I'm pushing daylight trying to get this done. Get this tiki torch. This bamboo torch, I should say. It's not necessarily tiki because there's no worshiping of false idols here, and that's what tiki is. You're worshiping a false idol. So this is not a... Oh yeah, you can just snap them off. There you go. It's a snap. Oh, that saves time. Yeah. There you go. Just snap them off. It's a snap. Okay, so as I just demonstrated, this piece of bamboo is way taller than I am. I could probably make 2 or 3 torches out of this, but we'll just make one for right now for this demonstration purpose. Now I'm being serious. Now, if you think you're able to, you can as I was saying, if you think you're able to, you can take the bamboo and snap it over your knee like that, but that may actually break it into fragments, and you don't want that. I shouldn't have done that. That's an example of what not to do. Okay, so I'm going to place that piece of bamboo where I split it right down there, and you can either use your saw and saw it down like that, okay, right there with the splinter, and saw it pretty much clean, or just take your axe and whack it. Watch out for your legs and feet, of course. Okay, now I'm going to use the axe to give it a pointed tip on the end by chopping at a downward angle. Always watch out for your thumbs and fingers. You want to keep a good distance away. Never chop towards yourself. Always chop away from yourself. So see, it's got a little... it doesn't have to be too big of a point. Just enough to where it'll go into the ground like that. Okay? That should be good enough. Okay, so there's the sharpened tip right there. It's about, 4.5 feet tall. It doesn't have to be too tall. It's just enough to carry around if you want to. You can use it as a walking stick with a torch on top, or you can plant it in the ground. Now, typically for most bamboo torches, you would use a jar or a container filled with a flammable fluid and then have a wick inside there, and then you just snuff out the wick when you're done using your torch. An example of that could be, well, no, this is a watering thing for your plants. You don't want to use that for a tiki torch. But you could use perhaps a... I don't think they saw me. But it's starting to get dark. Anyways, I was going to say you could use one of these solar garden lights. You usually see these out in yards and stuff. And you leave them sitting out during the day. The solar reflector absorbs the energy, and then at night it shines a light. It's not extremely bright. In fact, if you want to not draw too much attention to yourself, you might use this because it will actually shield the light. But then you got to get up real close to it to see what you're doing. So it's not recommended for Bible reading. Right. However, let's see. Here we go. It's a good sized citronella candle. That's actually already got some bamboo right there. If you see, it's a small piece of bamboo. And it's also about 3 feet tall right there. So it's a little torch by itself, and it'll burn for quite a while. So if you notice, this piece of bamboo that I've cut down right here has got a hollow tip right there. And so you can just take... That's the same vehicle. I'm telling you, they're circling around. Anyways, you can insert it right in there. And no, not really. Let's see, how about we just take it like that, take some paracord and wrap it around, or perhaps, let me take my glove off. Okay, just to hold it together real quick, so it's not slipping and sliding, balance it on your knee like that. Take a hair tie, if you got hair, you pull it out right like that, right? It's a nice little elastic hair tie. You just take that, wrap it around it, and you want to pull one side through like that, okay? And then that just creates like a little hitch knot. Well, it flipped off, never mind. Okay, so not hair ties. Let's see. You could use some twine. There you go, use some twine and just wrap it around there. But I'm not trying to demonstrate a bunch of fancy braiding technique, and I'm pushing daylight right now. It's going to get dark soon. So let's just wrap it over some camouflage duct tape. Doesn't have to be camouflage, but it has to be tape. Something to wrap it with. We're trying to find the edge on a camouflage tape roll. You just got to kind of feel, use the braille method. There it is. You will feel it with your fingers. Braille method meaning with your eyes closed, you feel for something like braille. If you're blind, blind, then you read braille. Anyways, tear off a piece of this tape right here. Oops. Take it, come on now. And wrap it around just like that. You want to keep it straight though, okay? There you go, that will hold it together right there. Put another piece up here. Alright, and then just wrap it on down like that. As you see, those two pieces pretty much hold it secure like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it down some more. I should also mention, when you're trying to be quiet, when you pull out a roll of duct tape, listen to this. Sounds like something off Star Wars. And may the Force be with you. Anyways, got a few layers of tape right there. Dun, da, da, da. There you go. See? It's actually taller than this still. Wow. So it gives you some distance if you need to flame a torch to try to keep away some predators. I'm not talking about the movie Predator, I mean something that you need to keep at bay, distance from you. But right now I'm talking about using this as a torch for light. So I'm going to unwrap this plastic and see how many strikes it takes to start this thing. This thing smells like a urinal mint. Okay, now that I got my torch established, look, it's taller than I am. Let's go to that undisclosed location. Got this thing done just in time. Hey, you hear the cicadas? Cicada quesadilla. Cicada quesadilla. Anyways, rolling on. Alright, as you can see me, it's starting to get dark again. Anyways, if you already missed the other segment of Adventures in Eating Bugs, I was munching out on salted locusts. Go ahead and eat some more of those. They're grasshoppers basically, see? Nice and crunchy. Has a nice salted taste. I also had the June beetle mix. June beetles. Oh, look at that. You can see them through the lid. They also have a savory, smoky flavor, see? There's the June beetles right there. Right there, June beetle. No special effects. That's got a, that's actually better. I like that better than the locust. But anyways, and then you got your mixed bugs in here. You can kind of see through it. You got a combination of silkworms, grasshoppers, crickets, and giant water bugs, which are actually water scorpions. And speaking of scorpions, I didn't get around to eating this scorpion right here, and now I'm starting to run out of daylight again, so I'm going to try to prepare this in a way that you might consider eating. And also, if we have time, I got this here tarantula for a fried spider. It's a delicacy in some parts of the world, but not in America. Y'all are thinking, man, this dude's done flew the coop. Well, no, I'm just preparing for survival in case you need to. And of course, for dessert, we got white chocolate waxworm cookies. I kid you not, this is good. A little crumbled now because it's been in my pockets while I'm doing somersaults. But anyways, got a few cotton balls from my pocket here. Rub them with a little bit of this flame extender Vaseline. I wanted to make another torch because if you saw segment where I returned to Dragonfly Falls and I attempted to make a torch out of the face mask that actually flame resistant. It didn't burn at all. That was kind of ridiculous, and I felt slightly embarrassed about it. So I want to make another torch that's guaranteed to work. All right, so I'm going to whip up a couple of eggs here. Easy. Man, check this out. Humid. It's been hot. Now it's getting humid. Anyways. Alright, so we're going to want some flour and some cornmeal. And some pine needle tea, optional. And you're going to want some oil to fry it in. Hey, you're going to start a fire too to begin with. Okay, if you missed the episode where I used the tip of my shoestring, if you can see right there is the tip of my shoestring. Okay, right there. And this little sparker and the cotton swab to start a fire, just like that. See? Come on, fire. Come on, we gotta get you started before it gets dark. Come on now. Please. Oh, where's the fire? There we go. Apocalyptic drivers. Everybody's in a hurry these days, trying to get to something or away from something. Alright, anyways, that's how you start your fire right there. Now I'm going to move it over here. You see I got my burn set up. Put this in there. Come on. Come on. There you go. So, if you can see right here, I got these bricks. Alright, I'll add some spacing for the air to flow beneath this. This is actually a tire hub. You may have seen me hide behind it in a previous episode. Well, now I'm going to use it to cook off of. So, I'm going to get the fire started in there. I'm going to build it up with some wood. That's there. Carefully feeding it from beneath, see? Alright, you got enough room to get your fingers in there. You don't want to feed it from above because the fire is coming up. Alright, but you want to build it up enough to where the fire is going to reach the pan. And put the pan on there. Okay. Put the pan on there. And then in the pan, you're going to put some oil. Just a couple of inches. Doesn't have to be too deep. The deeper it is, the longer it's going to take to heat it up, and you're going to need the fire to be a lot higher. Just enough to evenly coat the scorpion and tarantula that we're about to prepare. Alright, so now while that's heating up, you want to make sure your eggs are thoroughly mixed up right there. Alright. Take your flour mix. And your scorpion. Not a live scorpion. I bought this one online, by the way. As you see, it's carefully inside a to-go container, and it's also put inside one of these little baggies. It also did not survive the somersaults. It fell apart a little bit, so I'm going to have broken little bits of scorpion. It should be one piece, ideally. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the scorpion from this container right here, put it into the other to-go container like that. Oh, yeah, see, it's in bits and pieces. Dang, see? So you wouldn't be able to put that on a kebab because it leaves in little fragments, see? But anyways, that's a real scorpion. Alright, and when you cook it, it kills the poison. And it's already been pre-cooked, like skewered over a fire, but I'm going to show you how to add some flavor to that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put some flour on it. And just add some flour like this. Doesn't have to be a lot of flour. Come on now. Now this fire is starting to heat up the oil. Okay, just take that, stir it around like that. You can mix it around with your fingers. Like that. You don't have to be scared. It's just a scorpion. I mean, it's not alive. It's not going to bite you or sting you or anything. And you get a layer of flour, and then take that and dump that into the egg mix. Alright, all the little pieces of it. Okay, parts of the stinger and the tail and stuff. And stir it around in the flour. Okay. And then I'm going to take the lid from the container. You can see I'll put that down right here. I don't know. Here we go. Now you can see it. Take some of this cornmeal mix. You don't have to sit this close to the fire. I'm just doing that for the demonstration. But anyways, pour some of this. Actually, I'm going to dump out this flour and pour the cornmeal in that container. because that's what I want to really use for the breading. So, now we take the egg mixed scorpion. I'm using a plastic fork here. You want to drip off most of the excess egg. Pour the drip the scorpion. Smoke's starting to get in my eyes. Hey, I think it's heating up. All right. I hear a little bit of a sizzle as the oil begins to warm up. You'll see air bubbles rise to the top. That's an indication it's starting to boil and get hot. And there's the bits of the scorpion with the egg slime on it. Put that into the cornmeal mix and stir it around carefully. It's already broken up, but you try not to break it up because it's very fragile, by the way. Now you can see it's breaded like that. If you can see, it's breaded. Now I'm waiting on the oil to warm up the rest of the way, but as it does, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oil, let it get started, because it may take a while, so I want to go ahead and get started now for the sake of time. And then when it gets darker, I'll show you how effective the bamboo torch is. Okay, so well, we got the scorpion beginning to heat up in the oil, and the oil's warming up really good. You want to be quick. I got this tarantula right here in this container, so I'm going to pour that out into there again. Oh yeah, man. Forget how the actual recipe goes because I forgot to bring it with me, but there's the tarantula like that. I'm going to put it into the egg mix. See, now it's floating in the eggs. You just flip it over gently. You don't want it to break it or anything. Okay, lift it up out of the egg mix and put it back into, I think it was supposed to be flour, but I guess since I got cornmeal here, I'll use cornmeal. Okay, bread that with cornmeal. Man, it just looks like a chunk of yuck. But anyways, it's gonna come out. Whoa, oh, I dropped it back into the cornmeal. Okay, are you trying to teach me something, Lord? All right, pour it back into there and then back into the cornmeal. Oh, we're gonna double bread it. Uh-oh, extra crunchy. Hello. Yeah, there we go. Now put that into the oil. I don't hear a sizzle, so I might need to add some more wood to this fire. Hold on. I'm gonna add a few more pieces of wood in a pine cone. All right, there it goes. Now the fire's starting to reach the pan. And it's starting to sizzle. There it is. There it is. You can hear the sizzle sound. That's how you can tell it's starting to fry. There you are. Fried scorpion and fried tarantula. This is the tarantula right here, extra crispy. You can see it's like just one big old nugget. And these are the smaller fragments of the scorpion. Fried scorpion and fried tarantula. Yeah, so you're going to want some tongs to reach in and flip it with. Never use your fingers when something's cooking. And then you're going to want a pan with some paper towels to set it in to help absorb the oil. And this is optional, but you might want a little plate to put them on too. Alright, there's the scorpion. Nice and crispy, see? Put that in here. Soak on the napkin. Spider over again, make sure it cooks thoroughly on both sides and on the insides. Okay, and there's the fried tarantula. It might actually be overly cooked because it was already skewered and cooked over a hot flame to begin with, and now I'm breading it, so it might be extra crispy. We'll see here in just a moment. So let that cool for a few moments. Carefully pull the pan off of the fire. Gloves. Woo! I'm being serious. Now, after removing the pan, you can see how effective this quick, little, easy setup was. With the rim of the tire and the fire, and it holds up the pan for you. There you go. You don't want to do that with a tire attached to it because the burning rubber is going to stink and be toxic. It's some of the thickest smoke you'll ever try to get away from. And that burning rubber smell, no thank you. But man, This smells just like some fresh grilled fish. Hey, yeah, that reminds me. You can season it with some salt. Just sprinkle a little bit. Whoa, that's going to be extra salty. Whoops. Just a little pinch is all you really need. And if you want, you can even add a little bit of garlic salt. I'm going to pour it in my hand this time so it's not too much. And then just sprinkle a little bit. Oh, garlic salted tarantula and garlic salted scorpion. That smells really good. Alright, it's not too hot. Alright, it's pretty salty. You don't want to add too much salt. But anyways, here we go. Moment of truth. This is a delicacy. Moment you've been waiting for. That is a fried tarantula. It's not crawling around in my mouth or anything like that. It's still nice and hot. That is very delicate. What? I thought it was going to be like really crispy and stuff. Man, that tastes... Okay, I must be... Oh, that's the meaty abdomen. That is chewy. Okay. That is good. Man, if somebody served this to you, you would think, that's pretty good. Look at that scorpion claw. Can you see that? That's the claw of the scorpion right there. Oh, that was crunchy. Can you hear the crunch? Man, I'm afraid it's gonna like pinch me or something. No, that one doesn't taste very good. No. Gross. I do not recommend the scorpion. However, the tarantula was actually pretty good. Alright, it's starting to get dark out here. I'm about to light that bamboo torch. Do that demonstration for you, but as you can see, the fire's starting to go out, but I like to make sure it's fully extinguished before rolling on. And one easy way to put out a fire if you don't have a bottle of water handy and you don't want to waste your water, just urinate on the fire. Yes, I said that. Alright, everything seems to be pretty peaceful for a moment. Time to secure a safe place to call it a night. Alright, I think it's dark enough to do this demonstration. I wanted to make sure that this torch was going to light, so rather than use my shoestring, I'm going to use this torch right here. Alright, can you see that? I'm applying the torch to the end of the tiki, the candle, the citronella candle, and it is not lighting very well. Come on now. Like, you gotta apply that much heat. Here we go, here we go. I think we have fire. There you go, you got fire. Ah, now you can see me. Alright, well that little bitty flame right there, if you see, it's about the size of your fingertip. On the end of this torch right here. And the torch on the bamboo. Alright. There you go. There's the tiki torch using a large candle. It's like a 3-foot long candle right there. It was on clearance, and now that I light it, I understand why. It smells like a urinal mint. Those little cakes that you see inside a toilet. Doesn't smell very good. Yeah, it should keep away more than just bugs. Anyways, this has been another adventure of Camouflage Man in prepping for the apocalypse. I think I lost most of my viewers anyways. Once I tried casting out the demons from that crazy person that was entering the location, I think everybody who was watching got the demons chased out of them, and they said, no, I'm not going to watch that anymore. And if you did, then I pray that you find the light. I'm not just talking about candles. I'm speaking about Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. He is the light in the darkness. Seek Jesus. Stay in the light, and God bless you.